All right. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. Hope everyone had a wonderful day with the friends and fam. We are doing 2024 Topps Big League Quarter Case Break number 4. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. We've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. eBay continues to run their sweepstakes. No purchase necessary there. Go to any of our eBay listings. Look in the description at the very top. There's a link there. Click on that, and it'll tell you how to join the sweepstakes and maybe win some free cards. And as always, go check out chefsportscards.com. We got a couple big league breaks up there. We got a half case 10 box, 10 hobby box break up over there now. Pick your team. I think there's only 6 teams left, something like that. We can get that filled. We can break that tomorrow. We also have a half blaster. Pick your team also. There's about half the teams left in that, and some Elite Extra too. So go check out chefsportscards.com. Let's go over the teams. D-backs, Cow T. Braves, Josh B. Orioles, Tom T. Red Sox, Michael J. Cubs, Ben A. Reds, Jonas D. Guardians, Scott C. Rockies, Tom T. Tigers, Nathan B. Royals, Robert K. Astros, Dom D. Angels, David O. Dodgers, Josh B. Brewers, John T. And Twins, Chris F. Marlins, David O. Mets, Rich N. Yankees, Lou B. A's, Bryce T. Phillies, Dave D. Pirates, Josh B. Cardinals, Justin T. Padres, Jerry K. Giants, Bryce T. Mariners, Zane Z. Zane C. Rays, Dom D. Rangers, Nick W. And then Blue Jays and Nationals, Bryce T. All righty. Let's open some cards. Move this up a little bit. Sorry. My microphone can be temperamental from time to time if I don't treat it with care. Big League of Baseball. On, they're off. What's up, Bryce? How you doing, buddy? And they're off. And to the moon, Jose Ramirez. The Central Payton. Ooh, that's weird. Why is that card? The card's flipped regular. That would make life so much easier. Become a big leaguer. Buxton. Oh, I forgot to set up the stupid random.org. We'll do it later. Bobichette. Yeah, man. It's nice out today. Nice Easter day. Yeah, around here anyway. Acuna to the moon. Phillies finally won a game. We're able to steal one from the Braves at least, which is good. Tennessee lost, which was very sad. They tried, but they just didn't shoot quite well enough. They had it, man. They were on it there for a while. Zach Geloff and Anthony Rizzo. In the first half, man, they were up like 11 and killing it, and then I don't know. Shooters just went dead. That kid from Purdue is a monster. Although, I don't know. I mean, when you're 7-5 if you're even partially coordinated, you got to be good at basketball when you're that close to the hoop, you know? Like, and I take nothing away from the guy. He played great, but he gets away with a lot for being as big as he is. Mark McGuire to the moon in Dansby. But it was a very good game, which what else can you ask for? And then NC State won, which was awesome. I didn't get to see much of that game, but it's always awesome when an 11 seed goes to the Final Four, gets that deep. Dinger for the Rockies and Albies. That kid from NC State is a monster. That BJ, whatever his name is, my God. That kid's like playing against a tank. It's going to be interested to see him play that kid from Purdue. Bobuchet. I mean, that kid's big from Purdue, but he's not strong like that kid from NC State. He's a moose. Gonna have his hands full there. Why won't this card move? Oh, that's why. Tatis Super Rare Red. For Jerry. There you go, buddy. Yeah, I saw very little of the tournament. I saw some of the Tennessee games because of my son, but today I actually watched the game, and it's so much. College basketball is just so much better than pro basketball. It really is. I'm sure there are people who disagree with me, but it was funny. Even my wife, when we were watching the game, like my wife watches pro basketball all the time. She watches the Sixers all the time, and she was like, "Wow, they need to like slow down." And I'm like, "See, that's the difference between college and pro. Pro, you got 10 guys on the court, 8 of them are standing around doing nothing most of the time. 2 of them are playing one-on-one with a few other guys on the court. David Schneider to the moon. But in college, man, they're moving. Kids are playing for their life. But it was a very good game, so can't win them all. Luke Baker and Matt Chapman rare for Toronto. For Bryce. Yeah. There was this guy on Instagram last couple of weeks ago. I'm sure the video was old. I'm one of those people who send you a video that I like, and people are like, "Yeah, I saw this 2 years ago." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, and it was funny. It was this guy, big guy, like in his 40s, doing all these moves that were like totally illegal, and then he would show them doing it in the NBA. Like they travel all the time. Kershaw and Abbott. That was my complaint today about the kid from Purdue. He travels a lot, and they never call it. But it is funny how depending on your level, if you're the best, you get the calls every time. Pete Alonso to the moon. And Gunner. Yeah, well, they barely dribble in the NBA. Some of those guys. NBA is the only sport I've seen that somebody can go from the top of the key to the basket without dribbling. Like, it's crazy. Chipper Jones. Shohei. Man, we got another one. Ooh, legendary. Wow, look at that for the Bravos. Legendary Phil Niekro. Josh B. There you go. That's our second legendary we've pulled. We had a Mickey Mantle the other night. Super, super, super rare. Phil Niekro. Look how old Phil Niekro looked there. He pitched like forever, this guy. He looked like an old man there. Correa and Horner. Excuse me. So, Bryce, were you able to do anything for, did you do something at the hospital for Easter or anything like that? Machado, Spencer Steer. Jason Dominguez, rookie. Gapper and Frelick. It's a gapper. All right. So a rare, a super rare, and a legendary out of the first box. Not too shabby. Let's do that every time. That would be nice. Box number 2. Dinger. Contreras. Oh, that's good. Day sitting up. Sounds like every day is doing a little bit better. That's great. Become a big leaguer. Ace and Newt Bar. Uncommon. Do you have other kids too, Bryce? Like other children? Jordan to the moon. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. Ozzy Hobbies, Good Vibrations, and Sonny Gray. Every day you're down 3 days to recover. Wow. Technology is amazing these days, like what they can do. You know, things that were, you know, for better, no better way to really say it, that were a death sentence not very long ago, or it's amazing. Now, it's been a while. So I used to listen to Adam Carolla's podcast. I haven't listened to it in a while. So let me preface this whole story with that. Zach Geloff, rookie, and some people out there may still, and this guy might still be okay. His like sidekick on the show is this guy Brian, and he had a brain tumor, and it was diagnosed a long time ago. Now, like I said, I haven't listened to the show for like 5 years. The guy could have, you know, taken a turn for the worse, and I don't even know, but he had a brain tumor that was like basically inoperable, but they had just come out with this new medication that was like literally had just come out like the month before he got diagnosed. And only like, I don't know, 10, 12% of the people who take it respond to it, but people who do respond very well. For the Guardians, Shane Bieber rare. For Scott. And they put him on this medication, and, you know, he responded to it. And at that point, he had been, I don't know, 8-10 years post diagnosis, where without that medication, he wouldn't have made it like 6 months, you know, like, and you always hear people, especially with illnesses and stuff, when they say, like, you know, don't give up. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And like in this guy's case, it was literally like, you know, we didn't even have this medication a month ago, you know. You got it, Scott. He's the youngest, the 317. Yeah, how are the other kids taking? They okay? It's not easy. Ooh, what do we got here? What do we got here? For Texas, Leotis Taveras. For Nick. But, and again, I don't know how many of you know how much about Adam Carolla, or if you listen to him or not, but, he was always really good friends with the doctor guy. They did Loveline and all that together, and he's a legit doctor. And I heard him talk about that guy Brian's tumor one time, and he's like, when he heard, like, he was like, this kid's done, and here comes the medication that saved this dude's life. And I mean, like I said, he may still be around to this day. I don't know, but it's just amazing what they can do these days for things that not too long ago were not much of a prognosis. Yeah, they're doing okay. Their visit. Okay, that's good. That's tough, Tough to see your brother like that. Ozzy Albies. I was just saying to my wife today. So we have like a partial season ticket plan for the Phillies, and we decided we were supposed to go today, and we didn't because, to be honest, I wasn't feeling so hot, and the Tennessee game was on, Miami. So we decided not to go to the game today, and I was like, oh, well, no big deal. We'll go to the next one's in like 2 weeks or something like that. We'll go to the next one, this and that. So we were sitting there, and I was getting some like work done on the computer and watching, like some Phillies pregame stuff. Mookie Betts and Gary Price. And my wife's like, well, you should sell the tickets. And I was like, what? And she's like, sell the tickets. And it was literally like a half hour before the game started, right? And I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. So I go on there and click on the tickets. It sends me to SeatGeek. I put them up for cost, because I didn't even think they were going to sell because it was so late, Julio Rodriguez. Excuse me. And I never sold tickets before like this. So I put them up. I put them up at what I paid for them. And like 2 minutes later, they were sold. And money was on the way to the bank. And I was just sitting there like, I grew up in the 80s. This is amazing that we have this technology. That's sitting here from my couch. I was able to decide not to go to a game, sell the tickets to someone else, get my money back. We live in quite a world these days. And for everyone who's younger, I know I just sound like an old man, but, when I grew up, we didn't, we had busy signals on phones and no internet. Ooh, there's an Ellie De La Cruz, man. This is the first one of these I've seen. They're not easy to hit. Nice one there for Cincinnati. Yeah, that's true. It's amazing. I think there's a big thing. It's funny. I just actually had a conversation with someone about this when it comes to illness and stuff. Like, as crazy as it sounds, and I'm not a spiritual person or anything like that. It's never really played a big role in my life. In fact, I'm very kind of jealous of people that are like, I don't have that kind of faith, that many people do. And I kind of wish I did sometimes, but I always kind of believe like people who have illnesses, it's all about like kind of their outlook. Now, I'm not saying they all survive, I mean, sometimes you're just in a bad spot, but like my stepmother had gotten cancer about 10 years ago, pretty rare blood cancer that was not good. And if you knew my stepmother, she is like Wally the Green Monster. She is like bounce off the walls type. You know what I mean? Like she's just the happiest, nicest person, will give the shirt off her back to anyone. Nothing ever bothers her. And like when I found out she was sick, like it never even crossed my mind that it would do, that it would take her out, because she's got that kind of mentality, you know what I mean? And I found out later, like some years later, only like I don't know, like 10% of people who have what she has live more than like 5 years. This was like 10 years ago. She's still around. So I think if combination of good personal outlook and technology these days, you can overcome a lot of things. Except time. That's it. Time gets us all. Blooper and Eloy. Dad and Son's Cards. We just started a website. My son and I are watching together right now. Yeah, man, Dad and Son Cards. What you started? What, a channel or a website, or what do you got going? Or just like doing videos, or what kind of stuff are you doing? Dad and Son Cards. Make sure you guys go check it out. Really? Yeah. Well, I'm glad I did it. Sold them. At least I know in the future, like if I need to, I can just, They also have a ticket exchange, which is really cool. The Phillies do. I think most teams do these days. Where like you can go on there, like if you know you're not going to go to a game and somebody wants to trade with you, you can trade tickets from different games and stuff. That's pretty cool too. Website doing singles. All right, man. So everyone go check out Dad and Sons Cards. Is that the actual www.dadandsonscards.com? If you want to put it up there in the chat so people can see, they can put up a link and go and check it out. Jason Dominguez, rookie. Good vibrations, rookie. I will check it out later tonight after I'm done. Yeah, man, no, that's awesome. I tell you what, my son is what got me back into cards, and I mean he's off in college now, but when he was younger, he started watching breaks, and I had been out of it since I was a kid, but he got me started back in it, and now he's gone, and here I am. It's a fun thing to do. It can be pricey sometimes. It can be a little expensive sometimes, but Ripken and JT Real Muto. That's awesome, man. How old's your son? What's his name, Jerry? Trey Turner, good vibrations, and Devin Williams. I confiscated all my son's good cards for him before he went to college, so he wouldn't sell them for beer money and stuff. But I did put them away for him, so they'll be here for him one day. Max Muncy. Carter. All right, Carter. Make sure your dad doesn't take all the good cards for himself. Good luck, buddy. Ricky Henderson and Andrew Abbott, rookie. Yeah, my son always played baseball all through up through high school, and he just loved baseball when he was a kid, and I don't even know how when he was really little, because it was like I got back into the hobby in like 2011, 2012. And like I said, I used to collect all when I was a kid. It was huge when the 80s and stuff. All my friends were into it. So my son was only like 7 or 8 years old. He started watching break videos of guys. That's how he got me started again. Freddie Freeman. And the amazing part of it was like when I explained to him how I used to collect when I was a kid, and it was a big deal. I had so much to learn. It was such a different hobby now than it was when I was a kid, with autos and parallels. And man, I made so many mistakes the first couple of years. I didn't know what I was doing. Bobby Witt on the rare. Good, man. Good. Don't be careful. You don't want your dad to see. What you do is when you get really big cards, Carter, that's when you have to tell your dad, put them away in a safe somewhere so you can buy a house with them one day. Ezekiel Duran, Acuna. Yeah, no, our big thing, the one big thing that was huge when I was a kid was Dwight Gooden's rookie card, his real rookie card from the updated set. Like we all chased that thing like crazy, and we thought we were all going to be millionaires one day. I don't know. I was like 12 or something like that, And we used to go to there was well, back then you could buy packs at like 7-Eleven or, and we had like a newsstand that was down the road from where I lived. And they sold cards, you get them for like 35 cents or whatever. And anytime we got money, we ended up going there and getting packs. And we all thought we were going to be so rich one day. I don't even know what happened to any of those cards, to be honest with you. I probably sold them for beer money at some point. Bobby Witt and Jazz. Sometimes some of these uncommons are like so dark they almost look like blues. Carter, what's up, buddy? Brett Saberhagen, yeah, that was another one. That was another one for sure. But see, that's back like, we used to pitch cards and do all kinds of stuff. It's a much, much different hobby now. Well, it's because it's a much different price point now, too. And back then, it was, like I said, you could go into a store for 35 cents and pick up a Spencer Strider, pick up a pack of cards. That's not happening anymore. I mean, even the cheapest hobby pack is what, $5-6, which I suppose for inflation is somewhere in the grand scheme of things. But I always find it funny, like when I go to shows and guys will be there with their kids and they're buying their like 8-year-old kid a box of National Treasures, and I'm just looking at them like, are you crazy? Like, that's nuts. Baxter and Blake Snell. Good, Carter, man. How you had a rough weekend, Carter, with the Dodgers, huh? Did they? I saw they lost the first two. Did they pull out one against them? I didn't see the scores. Juan Soto to the moon. Not that we did much better with the Braves, to be honest with you. We pulled one out today, but by the skin of our teeth. Become a big leaguer. Manny Machado and Yandy Diaz. You got a 1971 Topps box, 36 packs for $180. Really? Wow. I'm trying to think. I probably started around 83, and I think it used to be a quarter back then. I think, if I remember right. It might have been less than that, but somewhere right around there. And then because I do remember when it went to 35 cents. And we all had this like conspiracy theory because it was around the time when when the whole like Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry, all those guys were out, and we're like, oh, they're just trying to rip us off because the cards are better. We had this whole like conspiracy theory as kids. Little did we know that fast forward 25 years, we'd be paying, $1,200 for a box of Dynasty for one card, which is just absurd. Junior Caminero, rookie to the moon. Yeah, it's funny. I just had another guy. I always feel bad. I get so many people who come to me when they know what I do. Like, for those who are regulars know, I own another company. I own a chain of cafes, and when I don't advertise to people my card business or anything unless they're into it, you know. But some people find out, and then of course they, oh, I got a whole bunch of cards at home. You should really look at them. Blah, blah. And I always try to preface it with the fact of, listen, don't get too excited, man. I'm telling you, if they're from the 80s and 90s, there's not much in there. You might have something, but Michael Harris, good vibrations, but don't get too excited, you know. And this guy recently, he was going, every time I saw him for like weeks, oh, I got to bring these cards in. You got to look at them. They're so great, blah, 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 blah. And I kept telling him, dude, don't get your hopes up. And he finally brought him in last week, Yamamoto rookie, and they were all garbage. The guy's like, the poor guy's face. Look, I would love for somebody to come in and have like a 51 Mickey Mantle and be like, oh my God, dude, you're rich, you know, but it just doesn't work that way, you know? You try to explain to people, but they don't. They kind of have this feeling like, well, these cards are like 40 years old. How can they be worth nothing? It's like, it's not that they're not worth anything, but they're not worth what you want them to be, you know? Henry Davis rookie. Yeah, I mean, well, that was the thing. I mean, back then, the SPs were like certain sets, like Tiffany sets and stuff like that. Or on occasion, you would get a set that would have like a gold parallel in it or something like that. Or, you know, you'd get I mean, even look at the Griffey. You know, I mean, they printed so many Griffies. I mean, yeah, if you have a PSA 10 Griffey, it's got some value to it, but for arguably one of the best players ever to play the game. There's so many of them out there. They're not really worth anything, you know, unless you have a PSA 10. Harper to the moon, and even then, it's still just I don't even know what they go for these days. Usually, it's a couple $100 or something like that. Nothing crazy. They were printing some mad amounts of cards back then. Utani. Yeah, no, I mean there's some other ones, but I mean don't get me wrong. There aren't no cards that are valued from back then, but there's not a lot either. Not like I always kind of tell people like when they want to bring me cards, I always ask me if you have anything pre 1978 or post 2000. I'll look at those first, you know. And then, you know, they bring in a few and I look at them and then I go, and then if you want to bring the 80s and 90s stuff, and then they back up like a truck. It's just like, oh, God. I had this one guy bring me a fruit box one time. I swear to God, there was 5,000 cards in it, in perfect condition. And they were all like 91 Fleer or, no, I'm sorry, like 93 Fleer. And he was like, yeah, I have like 12 more boxes at home. I'm just like, oh, God, please don't bring them here. George Brett and Nick Castellanos. Yeah, we're all for the Griffies 50. Well, that's the thing. If you, but you know, again, we're talking about Griffey. You would think. I'm shocked. Is it really 50 for a raw Griffey rookie? I'm actually shocked. That's kind of. I think that's kind of high. Sammy Sosa to the moon. Like I said, I haven't looked in a long time, so I am not the best judge on something like that. Damn, I might have some Griffies to sell if they're getting $50 a pop. Lindor and Stroman. The swinging Friar. Yeah, Max Fried. Austin Riley to the moon. Doo-doo-doo. And Kutch. All right, one box left, so that means Bonus blaster time. Uh, all right, let's see what a blaster box has for us tonight. Little bonus action. Now, this is from a fresh case, and now I think this is what? So this is break number 4, so this is the 4th box into this blaster case. I think the only thing we've really pulled besides the oranges are, I think we pulled a blue out of 1, so we're going to hit some here soon. We'll do this one, then we'll move on to box number 5. All right, bonus blaster action. Let's see what we can get. Tony Gwynn and Nick Castellanos. Jordan Adams. Cards want to stick. That's why. All right. See what we got here. There you go. A rare Matt Olson for the Bravos for Josh. Nice. Encarnacio Strand rookie. There's a Salvi orange. Mariner Moose. It's a good one as far as mascots go. Josh Jung, good vibrations. And Blake Snell. Kyle Harrison, orange rookie. And Shohei to the moon. Sonny Gray. That's the first Shohei to the moon I've seen. Randy Johnson. And Matt McLean. Juan Soto, good vibrations in the Yankees uniform. Yoshida. In your Diaz orange. And for Milwaukee, Corbin Burns orange. For John. Evan Carter to the moon rookie. Yamamoto rookie. Philly Fanatic. There he is. And Ozzy Albies. All right. last pack of our bonus blaster box. Nick Gonzalez, rookie. And Volpe, good vibrations. All right, box number 5. All right, Brett, to see you, buddy. Take care. Francisco Lindor and Max Fried. Hands don't want to work. Juan Soto to the moon. Become a big leaguer. Michael Harris and George Kirby. Man, Michael Harris had a really nice opening weekend. He looked incredible this weekend. That whole team looks incredible. It make me sick. The Braves are no joke. Not that they have been in the past, but they were talking about during this weekend series. They were talking about Acuna's contract too. I didn't realize he got paid so little. Like he's one of those guys, Henry Davis rookie, that they got like when he was in spring training. I mean, he's certainly not broke. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like I guess when he was coming out of spring training, he signed like an 8-year deal. And I mean, like, again, I didn't hear the exact number, but they said like he's not even like in the top 100 paid players in the league. Now, when this one ends, this contract ends, he's gonna get a ridiculous amount of money. Junior Caminero to the moon, but I'll tell you, sometimes those minor league deals work out, and sometimes they don't. Excuse me. Choking on a Mento. Sorry about that. Pause for Detroit. You know, they get Acuna on the minor league deal, and we get Scott Kingery. Scott Kingery, the highest paid. Jordan Lawler, good vibrations rookie. He's got to be the highest paid AAA player in the league by far. Nolan Arenado. Strider. Shohei. Screech. Eston Kjerstad. Papa. And for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe, rare. For Lou. Swinging Friar. Kutch. And Bryson Stott. Slamming Sammy to the moon. Marte, good vibrations. Manny Machado and Gleyber Torres. And Austin Riley to the moon. And our last pack. Rosarena and Eloy. All righty, folks. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without you, and I do truly appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. Like I said, I hope everyone had a wonderful and has a wonderful rest of their Easter. We'll be back on Thursday, although we do have stuff up on the website. So if we fill any of that, which I'm hoping the one will be filled for tomorrow, we'll break those over the next couple of days. Bear with me for a sec. We're going to do hit recap, and we got to random the Become a Big Leaguer cards. All right, so we got our 5 Become a Big Leaguer cards. We're going to random 5 times, top 5 teams that come out. We'll each get one. So give me a sec. Let me set that up real quick. Excuse me. All right. So all our teams are here. We'll random 5 times. Top 5 teams will each get one. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and lucky number 5. All right. Mariners. Guardians. Angels. Padres. And the Twinnies. All righty. Okay. So, our Become a Big Leaguer cards. Going Mariners, Guardians, Angels, Padres, and Twins. Congrats to those teams. All right, hit recap for 2024 Topps Big League Quarter Case Break number 4. There's some rookies and stuff we pulled out that all get top loaded. Mason Wynn, Dominguez, Caminero, Strand, Yamamoto, Gonzalez, Orange, Junior Caminero, Jordan Lawler. There's a Shohei. Evan Carter, Jason Dominguez again, Yamamoto, Harrison, and we did have that Ellie De La Cruz. We didn't have any Ellie rookies. I probably missed them. We'll pull them when we, if we had any, we'll pull them during the sort. And hits, Corbin Burns on the orange foil, electric orange foil. Blues of Chapman, Bieber, Witt, Olson, Bregman, and Volpe. We had an extra one because from the blaster box we opened. A super rare red, Fernando Tatis. A legendary gold, Phil Niekro. And the Leodes Taveras auto for the Rangers. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so with Elite Extra Edition. Have a great night. Take care.